Hello, Opera Omnia. This is Bishop with the Tidus Lufenia. So here we are about 10 days late. This is what you get. You get kind of a rushed version where you don't know everything that's going on, and you kind of throw some teams together here. But I knew the orb was you had to take back-to-back turns, which every single one of these characters does have a predominance in their kit when you use it. But here's the fun of it. When you don't remember everything about it, you forget elemental resist down. They are immune to it. And when you put Kurasame's buff on it, they're just going to ignore it. So it did me no good. Here goes Tidus with his LD in order to keep I'm going to get the initial damage in and make sure I'm keeping the orb up. One of the things I didn't like here about the turn order is I really wanted A to go first, so that I could actually get the recast taken care of and out of the way early. Unfortunately, it just wasn't going to fall that way. So there's Tidus with all of his returns, or with all of his turns off of the LD. So now Core's going to go. I'm going to put Core's buff on Tidus. Just depending on him going just a little bit more with this, and being that B was targeting Core, it was really kind of just whichever one would be good, I felt. Now, I did use the LD, but I held Reaper's Gate off for a reason. I wanted to use the LD to up the orb. Wanted to hold on to Reaper's Gate for a little bit longer. All right, so when Iroha comes in, I go ahead and throw Jack on here to get the defense down, because Iroha is really the one who's going to need the help there, since she's magic, and the way these guys are going to keep on increasing their defense as they go. So right now she's doing well. It'll start coming down just a little bit more, but she's really here for the free turn off of the LD, the healing, especially after the recast goes off, and being able to the brave retention here for Tidus and Core to allow them to hit for maximum damage. All right, so then following up the free AA with the skill 2. Now I'm going to go with the Reaper's Gale to clean it up one more time, to really get these guys down, to make sure I had plenty of time on the orb. So as you can see, A is gone. There comes the tremendous buff, and with what I had, I should have went ahead and used Moonlit Dawn there in order to attack just B. But I was just looking at the fact that I had 2 enemies, and I was going to AoE attack with that. So that's a big mistake number 2, because I actually meant to attack a B there with the quick hit. But since it was quick hit and I only got 1, then I flipped over, and that's when I went to the slash combo to make sure I got rid of the orb there. So I'm feeling all right here with this HP attack that's fixing to come through with B. I was a little bit worried here with A, with the recast, because I thought it was going to be a little bit stronger than what it was. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still pretty hefty, and it took Iroha down pretty good. So I did want to bring in Cloud of Darkness after the recast came up. Actually, Cloud of Darkness was my second one. What I was hoping to do here, if I could have found a Garland friend, I was going to bring in Garland, because I wanted to delay these guys into infinity, and that's one advantage I think Garland has over Cloud of Darkness, is a steady delay, and he'll jump up kind of like she did. Now, don't get me wrong, the extra attack is good, but I really just prefer Garland because of the delay. All right, so there's Iroha in her first heal, because I'm going to start kind of working the heals in early with this, in order to make sure we're not falling too far behind with everything. Now, I do start trying to attack and delay with Cloud of Darkness here. So I get B pushed back a little bit, but as you can see here, I'm getting ready to take a hit from, or I was about to take a hit from A if I hadn't gotten them down when I did. This is the first time you're really going to see where Iroha is going to struggle with, which is why I'm taking a bit of a delay, because I was thinking I was going to either use the S1 for the heal. I decided to go ahead and EX and try to push B back. As you can see, that's pretty much a full EX and she can't take 70,000 down, even with defense debuff that I had. So thankfully, I get a little bit of a break delay here from Cloud of Darkness. And so going here, where I'm kind of thinking right now is, am I going to go ahead and summon here? Because I really wanted to wait until after Tidus came back. But I decided I really didn't want to let these guys get another turn in case they did any kind of HP damage. And I would not be able to get Cloud of Darkness healed up before she took off. So that's why I went ahead and summoned and tried to start working the delay in on, or the last one she had. So I go ahead here because I know I'm going to lose the debuff. I'm going to lose Centipoison here. So I give it one more shot here with her EX Plus, which that one is going to break B. As you can see, I'm kind of stressing out here because I've got A and then B right out of the gate. But I figured, okay, if I'm going to go ahead and get these, I've got the orb up, so I'm going to start pushing core here. Pretty hefty duty to actually get turns outside of the summon for when Tidus comes back. So I realized Cloud of Darkness is about to pop out of here. So I said, okay, I'm going to do the core cheat there. And I put core's buff on Iroha so that I could get the extra attack because Tidus already had that one on here. I jumped to to double check on that, so that's why I pulled up that screen. Like I said, right now it's setting up to try to get Tidus into the burst. And since I had I'm going to go ahead and just start pushing turns here in order to get these guys down. Because actually what I wanted to do was get Centipoison off of Tidus there as quickly as possible, because you can see now there's no way I'm making the HP requirement, because right now the only thing I'm thinking with Iroha is, okay, S1 as much as I can. So that's what I'm looking at right now. So I'm looking, I want to get Tidus a burst as soon as I can, but I want to make sure we're going to get the HP requirement. So I go ahead, use Core's LD, then use the Reaper's Gale. Went ahead and went with the S2 again because I was going to get a decent break. Pushing them back just a little bit more. So I'm going to refresh here with the EX on Tidus's buff to make sure I keep Winning Spirit up. I've got Iroha coming right behind him. So again, at this point, it's okay. I got to figure out a way to push these guys back. So I was actually worrying about the break order here. I should have used Iroha's AA before that, but I wasn't thinking about it. So I used Core's last LD, figuring I had a shot, and I said to give myself one more chance here. Let's go ahead and put Cypher's Foul debuff for an extra defense down with that. And in order to get, as you see, A pops right back up with that. So I Reaper's Gale. In order to get the extra turn, it pushes him back. I'm going to get B up now, but I've got Tidus in front of it, so I'm feeling pretty good that I'm going to be able to win this. We're going to see if we can break B here, which we do. And now it's set up. I'm going right into the burst. I thought about using the LD here, but I said, no, let's just go ahead and burst. So I went EX first, just simply because I haven't fiddled enough with Tidus's BT to really get a good turn order. So I was thinking, okay, let's get the EX in here first. Then I'm going to go ahead and go with the LD, and then I can come in with the freebies after that. And so now I've got the free turns, and I'm going to slash combo here because, one, I'm going to get extra hits, but I'm also going to get splash damage, which I think is a big key here in order to help in these numbers. And then Core is just nuts with the extra damage that he does. And in between that, I mean, you can just look at it. You know, Tidus is, after a skill, is keeping 25,000 brave damage. Core is keeping 36,000 brave. That's all Iroha holding on to stuff for him. All right, so we're going right here now after A. We're going to get one of them here, and I'm figuring I'm good because I got a Iroha coming with the first turn. Right out of that, I'm going to have 2 turns. There should be, if both of them are left, I should be able to get them both. If not, I got 1. So A is gone. I got B. Figuring, okay, we're going to heal. Okay, I know I'm going to get them here. Let's make sure I get the full HP, so I make sure I complete all of the objectives. And so like I said, that was, I think, turn number 3 or 4. But that's what you do when you wait 10 days, because real life makes you have to wait sometimes before you're able to get anything done. There's the party, 25 turns. So all in all, not bad. I don't think it's particularly hard, Lufenia, with that. Now, granted, again, when you have Tidus and he's synergy, that makes it pretty easy. All right. Hope you enjoyed. Please consider leaving a like or a comment. I hadn't got one yet, so I'm hoping somebody's watching this and can at least give me some sort of feedback about it. Thanks very much. See you next time.